Okay, let's kick it off. Hey guys, Mikey here from startcrypto.online. We'll post a link in the chat. Of course, you've seen it all before. If you want a free beginner's course, what you'll need is your name and your email address. You can come under trading content, beginner's course, complete beginner's course there. Absolutely free, guys. Now, what I thought we'd do tonight, being the first live stream of 2019, I thought we'd get into something a little bit different. Mainly for the people who have no trading experience whatsoever or very little trading experience, who are still interested in the crypto market but aren't really doing any trading, don't really know what they're doing, that kind of thing. So this one's kind of for the complete newbie traders and that sort of thing. So I hope you guys get some good good value out of this. So what we're going to go over today is the very basics of good key levels to pick up altcoins at. This is obviously once you've got Bitcoin itself. So good key levels to pick up nice fundamental strong altcoins that you find at their extreme lows, and then you can obviously set your targets from there. So all this is going to be using is, you know, the very basic trading experience, guys. I'm going to show you guys very basic how to do support and resistance. Now, what support and resistance are levels that price touches a lot of the time or multiple times, and they become our key levels to look for when entering trades and exiting trades. Because if you don't really know what you're doing, guys, at all, you still at least need to have some basic understanding of where to enter the market. Even if you're not looking to trade, you know, a lot of the time, if you're just looking to basically place some buy orders, place some sell orders, and not look at your portfolio during the year, that kind of thing, this is going to be perfect for you guys, okay? So first of all, we're going to kick it off with just Ethereum and BTC, and we're using TradingView. So I'm just going to put this put TradingView link in the chat as well. So if you don't have a TradingView account, this is the best place to be doing your charting on. Okay, guys, it makes it very easy to be doing charting on this this platform. And if you're very new to TradingView, if you want to add Ethereum chart to your you know, to your account once you sign up, you can come up here to the top right hand corner, type in BTC. Okay, you want to click on, we're going to use the Binance one today. Binance has the highest volume, so we're going to be looking at this one today. So you just click on that and it'll open up your chart for you, okay? You can zoom in and out with your mouse, scroll wheel. You can change your time frames up here. Okay, so we're going to be mainly using the daily and the weekly just for this. Okay, because we're just looking at long-term time frame, not concerned about short-term trades or anything like that. This is purely for people who just want to increase their Bitcoin over the next, you know, 6, 12, 18 months. This is not for your day traders or anything like that. This is purely to see where to pick up altcoins at very cheap rates. Okay, now that we've been through a couple of bearish market cycles, it gives us a very good basic foundation of extreme lows that we can set buy orders at, and then I can show you guys where to set, you know, sell levels where you're happy with where your sells want to be. So if we zoom out a little bit with this with the mouse wheel here, we can see, you know, back in early December, we hit down at this 0.025 level. Okay, so I can zoom in a little bit here. So this was our extreme low before the last bullish market cycle that happened. Okay, we got down to spiked down to 0.0233. Okay, and we went on all the way up to over 0.12. So this went on for over 5 times gain in the matter of a couple of months, and you can see, you know, there's definitely a possibility of that happening again in the future. And you can, and I'll show you guys even with the most recent move on Ethereum that's just happened in the last few days, that even if you pick up at the extreme lows, you can still make good profits, even setting low sell order values. Okay, so this level here, this 0.025 level, just going to move this red line down to this 0.025 level. Okay, and you can see from here, you know, the more historical value we get on a line, the better it becomes long term. So we came down to retest that again during this bearish market cycle that we're in at the moment. And we got down prior to that at the early September, we got down to 0.027. Okay, so very close again. So if you had buy orders anywhere around, you know, this level, okay, from this level up to even where we are now, if you got in at like 0.025 plus say 50% is 0.0375. So just from that, you know, just from doing these very basic parts alone, picking up altcoins at their extreme lows, okay, you can see even with a small move, you can make some good percentage gains. So again, guys, this isn't for your, you know, trader, intraday trader or anything like that. We're looking at people who don't care about checking their portfolio. They don't care about checking their charts daily. They don't care about short-term moves. All they're interested in is the next 12 to 18 months. And the reason I want to touch base on this is purely because, you know, it's all well and good to learn trading and want to become a professional trader and that sort of thing, but it takes a very long time to learn. It is hard, guys. It's not easy. You have to go through a lot of psychological aspects, a lot of mindset change aspects, those sorts of things. So learning trading is not an easy task, but when we get these kind of opportunities to show how easy it can be if you pick up altcoins at, you know, extreme lows, you can see that there is a possibility for someone who doesn't really have a lot of spare time, who just wants to do some investing and then be able to pick up some extra Bitcoin along the way during their investment. Now, obviously, you're not going to go and throw your whole portfolio at altcoins. Okay, if you're just buying Bitcoin to make some profit at in the future, you know, I recommend using a small portion of your capital to do altcoins. And we're talking the major altcoins, the rigidigi ones that have been in the top 10, top 20 for the whole entire time. You know, we're looking at Ethereum right now. Ethereum doesn't really appear to be going anywhere. It's been, you know, it's got one of the largest development communities in the world in terms of crypto. They've got over 2,200 decentralized applications that have been built from various developers around the world, and you know, development continues. They're trying to solve previous scaling issues which happened during previous bullish runs with things like a couple of examples like CryptoKitties, those sort of things that put a large strain on the network, as in like massive amounts of transactions happening at any given time. Okay, so these sort of coins, obviously you're not going to dump your whole portfolio into one or two coins. You know, pick maybe 5, pick maybe 6, 7 or 8, okay, and put a small amount of capital into these sorts of things down here. So if we go to another coin, another rigidigi, LTC, BTC, if we go to Litecoin, for example, this will be a completely fresh chart, so I can show you guys how to do it from scratch. Okay, you can see here, we're looking at the extreme lows. We've had a good touch here. We've had a massive spike down here, obviously, almost to nothing. That would have been someone offloading a lot. But even if we just look along this line, I'll put a red line across there right now. Okay, because this is kind of where we've been recently. You can see we've tested these levels. Oh, what's going on there? Get rid of that. And we're kind of at that point again now during our bearish market cycle. You know, picked up from here. That's a 20-30% move just from there. So this is the thing. With cryptocurrency trading at the moment with altcoins, it's more of a case of what most people are doing at the moment are they're buying altcoins and they're selling altcoins to try and make a profit, right? So consider this, if you're getting in towards the bottom, consider it like the stock market, okay? If you're buying stocks at extreme low and people have already bought up higher, they're still holding their stocks. It's not going to tank back down to absolute zero because people are still holding some of their value. People are still holding some of that asset, okay? So for it to come back down to extreme zeros, it means people are either mining the coin still, or people have basically just panic sold, got out of the market. They go, "No, this is shit," and that's when, you know, other people like myself come in and pick up things nice and cheap, and then we make a nice profit during a bullish market cycle. So these sorts of things are what we want to look for on altcoins. Okay, so we want to try and pick up those extreme lows of previous price hits that have hit, and then coming back down to those previous price hits and accumulating some coin at this point in time. And you can see from the upside potential from here, you know, we're looking at 0.007 of a Bitcoin. You know, Litecoin during the last bullish market cycle peaked at 0.025. Okay. So we've got a four buy potential from where we are now to get back to the previous high. Okay. If you were to accumulate down here, you've got a potential 400% return. I mean, obviously, you're not going to want to target the extreme high because that may never, that price point may not get hit again. But if you do accumulate somewhere down here, okay, if we draw a little zone, if you accumulate anywhere kind of in this box, you can see how many times we've come down and tested this price point. And then you can kind of look at other areas that price has been up to set your sell levels at, okay? And if we look at even this price point right here, 0.00, you know, we're at 0.0084, 0.0084. You know, if we go say plus 50%, gives us 0.0126, which is right here. Okay, this price point just here. Now if I drag that box all the way over through here, you can see how many times price has even been above that level, and even times how many times price has touched through that level, okay? So yeah, you know, during the next bullish market cycle, there is a very high percentage chance that this price point is going to get hit again. So this is what I try to teach newer people who want to get involved in some sort of, you know, crypto investment, crypto portfolio or whatever, but don't have the time to sit there and trade it all the time. You want to be able to accumulate some coins at extremely cheap values, and now that we've been through, or now that we're going through another bearish market cycle, it gives us more data to look back on history terms, and it gives us more data right now to go, okay, well, yeah, we're kind of like down at that same price point we were, say, you know, just over a year ago before a massive up move. So that's not a bad time to start accumulating some small amount of coins. Now, obviously, if you're going to put a small amount of your portfolio into each of these coins, yada, 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 there's nothing wrong with setting lower buy orders as well in case an extreme coin gets hit. And I keep going back to, what was the coin? What was the coin? It wasn't BCH. I think it was Strat. Yeah, this is the coin I keep coming back to, as far as there's nothing wrong with setting, you know, if you're not a trader, you're not, you know, you're not sitting there looking at your charts, you know, every couple of days or a few days looking for opportunity in the market. There's nothing wrong with picking a few altcoins, okay, and setting extremely low buy orders during this bearish market cycle to try and pick up extreme low value wicks. Because what happens during this time, you see a lot of negativity out there. You see a lot of people complaining the crypto's dead, you know, Bitcoin's dead again, all this kind of bull crap. That's when people start to do really silly things with their portfolio. And you see this massive wick here, okay, this huge wick just all the way down here. That wick went down to 30 Satoshis, okay? And I mean, even now, it bounced back up to 4,200 sats. From 30 Satoshis to 4,200 sats, okay? Yeah, that's ridiculous gain. So if you set some low buy orders on some coins with your Bitcoin, if your buy order doesn't get hit, it doesn't matter. You've still got your Bitcoin, okay? You're not wasting your Bitcoin by having a buy order that is extremely low sitting on the sideline with a potential to get hit on some of these altcoins that people just basically get the shits with, and then they just go, nah, done, dumped it, I'm out of this, don't care about crypto anymore, this is crap. This is where you guys step in and you go, cool, I'm happy to pick up those extremely cheap buy value areas. No worries at all. I'm patient. Nothing wrong with going through a bearish market at all. So even from just that mentality, guys, you want to try and pick up, at extreme lows. If you're looking to build a portfolio of a few altcoins, you still want to obviously, if you're just looking to buy Bitcoin to try and make some money out of Bitcoin, you obviously still want to keep most of your portfolio in Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin, even Bitcoin itself, trading at currently about 4K US. It's got the potential to go back up to 20. Yeah, it does have the potential to go back up to 20. That's still a 5-time gain in dollar value. But if you buy Bitcoin and then you buy an altcoin, okay, you need to track it in the Satoshi value if you're just trying to increase your actual Bitcoin and not your dollar value. The reason being, if you come in here and you buy Ethereum, for example, okay, let's say you use round figures, let's say we use 1 Bitcoin, right? If you bought Ethereum right now at, let's say 0.04 sats, now, sorry, 0.04 Bitcoin. If you bought 1 Bitcoin worth of Ethereum right now, and then it tanked, let's say it tanked back down to a new low of 0.02, okay, and you go, crap, I really need that money back. I need to just cash out of the market, do whatever I need to do. You're one of those panic sellers. You then only get 0.5 Bitcoin back instead of your 1 Bitcoin that you've already spent on this altcoin, on Ethereum, right? So this is where the difference between a long-term trader needs to come into play versus short-term trader. Short-term trader, we're trying to increase our Bitcoin, we're trying to constantly increase. Even though if Bitcoin was to go back to 20K US right now, right, and you had that 1 Bitcoin and you picked that 1 Bitcoin up at 4K US, that's a 5 times gain. That's a 500% gain. That's fantastic. But if you then spend that 1 Bitcoin on Ethereum and it tanks to half its value, you've only got 0.5 Bitcoin, right? And that's now only worth 10K. Instead of you doing absolutely nothing, buying no altcoins, buying nothing at all, and getting the dollar value gain from the Bitcoin itself that you've spent your money on, okay? So the reason with the altcoins you want to pick up at extreme low value areas is because there's a massive upside potential versus a small downside potential. If you can set buy orders around these levels where price has been at extreme lows, right, your upside potential is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, okay, versus a potential, maybe 10, 20% loss, whatever, if you get in at the extreme low. Now that's very good for you because as a long-term person, if you can just buy that and just hold out until the next bullish market cycle, these levels, there's an extremely high probable chance that levels like this, levels like 0.05, 0.055, levels like this, between 0.065 and 0.07 will get hit again. There's a possibility that these levels will get hit again, up, 0.08, 0.085. There's nothing wrong with setting sell orders up here if you're not looking to make a short-term trading gain. While we're talking about this, guys, if there's any questions on the chat, go for it. chuck it in there. So tonight's more just for extreme novice guys. You know, we're teaching how to find support and resistance levels. If we head over to something like Ripple, for example, you know, Ripple's already moved up. Ripple is now our number 3. We've covered Ethereum. Ripple's now our number 3 market cap at the moment. If we look at Ripple, for example, you know, if you were looking to buy in with Bitcoin here as a long-term trade, as far as buying it with your Bitcoin is concerned and not your fiat. Okay, if you use some platform like CoinSpot or whatever, where you can buy the coin directly with your fiat, that's a completely different story, because obviously it's at a pretty cheap price as far as dollar value is concerned. But Satoshi value from Bitcoin price is concerned, it's actually at a pretty high value. You know what I mean? Like we've hit this 23,000, 24,000 sats range a couple of times now, but it's already trading at over 9,000. So the potential upside there to an extreme high is only really, you know, it's just over double. You know, it's like 2.5 times to an extreme high. Now, why would you buy this altcoin at this price when you can buy Ethereum with a 5 times upside potential, or Litecoin with another 4 or 5 times upside potential, when Ripple's only got a 2 by uptime potential? Okay, so if you were to pick up, if Ripple tanks back down again, and you were to pick it up around the 4,000 Satoshi level, that's great. You know, we've seen price up at this 10,000 level heaps of times. You know, if you were to pick it up at 4,000 and sell again at 10,000, that's 2.5 times potential with a much smaller move. Okay, so when you're looking at altcoins, guys, on this platform, and when you're looking at altcoins, come in here, you know, track the top 10, 20, 30 altcoins. Obviously, check which altcoins you're tracking. You know, you want to stay away from things like USD coin, because that's obviously meant to be pegged to roughly $1, and you know, the upside potential of $1 is going to be $1. It's not really going to have any upside at all. So you want to look at, you know, most of these altcoins. Do a bit of research on the teams. Do a bit of research on the foundation of the platform, what they're trying to achieve, that sort of thing as well. So you're buying the right coins, okay? And you want to look for the potential entry price versus the potential high price, and then you can go through, like we did with Ethereum. We can spot levels that have been hit multiple times. Like if you were to pick up at these lows around here, you know, if you're happy with a 50% gain, you would have been able to set your sell at this price point, which we've already hit here, which again is a nice low level. But if you pick it up at the low price point, you get a good percentage return. You know, this price level here, 0.055, has been hit multiple times on the upside and the downside. Upside wise, you know, we've hit these other zones multiple times as well. So if you're looking for price points to hit in the future, there's a very high percentage chance when we get into our next crypto bull market that these levels are going to get hit again. Okay, and that's what you want to base your upside potential versus your entry on, and looking at those different percentage possible gains that you're going to get. So I hope that made sense, guys. So I just wanted to do something nice and easy, nice and basic for the first live stream 2019, and I hope that made sense. If there's any questions in the chat from the viewers, go ahead and post them up, guys. If not, we'll call it there so everyone else can have a look over this as well. Hope it made sense. If you do obviously want to understand all the other technical analysis terms that we've been talking about, again, guys, startcrypto.online. Completely free course. Put your name, your email address in. Come under trading content. Come to beginners course. There's a full course there that'll set you up for bullish market period runs. Okay, and that's absolutely free. No ifs, no buts, no crap. It's completely free. Okay, come in here, watch these 8 videos. It shows you the entire recap of how to use all of these videos all together. Okay, and makes it nice and easy for you. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Peace out. Have a lovely start to 2019. Hope everyone had a good Christmas and New Year's break as well. If you're still on holidays, have a good holiday, and take it easy, guys. Catch up in the next couple of days. Have a good one.